15 minutes? Okay. All right, so I didn't have time to put pictures on a deck, so I'll just go through my Facebook. Latest event. So JR with Panalo Solutions. So our company is Panalo Solutions. We're a, used to always say web development company, but we've actually kind of branched out into a lot of things. I'll just kind of go through our services. Stand here. Panalo Solutions is an international web and mobile development company focusing on helping startups and small to medium-sized businesses grow. We specialize in web and app development, content management, and digital marketing. Kind of, if you worked with our team before, we really focus on our process. It's really important how we do things. Create a strategy. We want to be part of your team. We're still together, part of your team. And then we try to make it better together. When we scope a project, so say somebody wants to I don't know, build a website, right? You scope it first and you say, okay, it's going to take this long and it's going to cost this much and we're going to need these things from each other. Are you cool with that? Yes? Okay, let's do it. Right? So scoping is like super important for a project. When we do build a site or an app, we actually really focus on the design side of things first before we build or develop anything. So finalizing content is literally the text on your page, how are you going to swipe left, swipe right on the app, what happens when you click this, what happens when you click that. Everything is done before we actually develop. That saves you thousands of dollars in development costs. So that's something that we really focus on when we work with our clients on the design. We'll always do kickoff meetings. We always help people with weekly updates, and we're like really on top of that. We try to be. Final approvals, we QA everything before we actually go live with our development, before we submit to Apple, before we turn it on. We make sure that QA is good with the team, you guys are good with it, and then we turn it on. Right? All right, so our services. Website development, we can take all sites of website development projects. Anyways, we do websites, right? When we first started, we started with small business websites, anywhere from bike shops to restaurants, things like that. Then we got into government stuff where we had to keep like big databases. Now we're actually, in the last maybe 4, 5, 6 months, we made a push to do big corporate sites. Things that'll take 6 months to build that connects to a big database that people will need to log into and have access to. Document management system, so big projects. And it's good because we have actually 2 to 3 new clients where it's that type of project, so we're pretty excited about that. We actually had to hire a full team to support just that project, right? Big insurance company, a couple government projects. So, but we still do basic websites to all the way to corporate stuff. Next year, we're gonna edit our website so that it reflects that range of services now. We're trying to get that feel where you still feel like we can do small business websites because we love it, but we can also handle big corporate stuff. Part of website development is UX UI, which is user experience, user interface. Super important how your user goes on there, how they look at your website on the phone, on an iPad. How do they swipe left, swipe right? Do they press it a lot, right? Do they see the information within 4 seconds of what they need? Anything uphill, your user will bounce from your website and it's all over, right? That's our main goal, is that UX, UI, that's the key. Otherwise, why even build the thing if nobody's gonna use it properly, right? Plugins and APIs, tracking, super important. After we build the site, we give you the Google Analytics to say, 100 people hit your site today, which means one person contacted you, which means you may or may not have a conversion of whatever it is that you're selling. Right, so guess what we have to do? We have to kick it up to 1,000 hits to your site. So then you have to do the activities, the sales activities to do that, right? But tracking is super important. This page, the About Us, got 500 hits, but the video page got 5,000 hits. I think you should do a video page. That's how you properly use tracking. So we provide that as well. Okay. Digital marketing, something that we do. Basically, working with Facebook, LinkedIn, other social media sites, Instagram. You can do this yourself, for sure. You can have a photo, put some text on there, write something cool, then post it, right? What we do is we try to systematically do this for you, where we create an ad. The goal is somebody clicks it and goes to your website, then converts, right? but create an ad that people will click on. But for us, our goal is to consistently be on top of your campaign for our digital marketing stuff, right? So we'll post something for you, we'll track it, we'll see how it does, and then we'll suggest something else the next month. Typical digital marketing, for example, say I want to promote a new service that I'm doing. I'll probably create what kind of service? My scuba diving, right? Say I want to promote, I'm going scuba diving. I'm going to create a picture of somebody scuba diving, and I want to say scuba diving special, click here, right? And then I'm going to target everybody that likes hiking, that likes flying, that likes going on vacations. So if you're on your Facebook feed and all of a sudden you happen to see my scuba diving ad, it's because you probably posted a picture of going hiking or something, right? You see that, and then you click it, it goes to my website, and we hopefully you hopefully message us there, and we hopefully get you as a client, right? So that's kind of the system of digital marketing. It never, you never really get the main conversion right off the bat. It's usually a 2 to 3 month process until you find a really good message and a really good segment. Then you start seeing a lot of the conversions, right? So you want to kind of keep that in mind when you're doing these type of digital marketing and search engine optimization type of things. So search engine optimization, basically what this does is helps get your site found on Google, right? When you search something like scuba diving, right? If I search scuba diving, you're probably going to see a million other scuba diving companies, right? But my goal is to say scuba diving Bay Area. Maybe I'll be on the first page, right? That's our job to figure out what are the keywords that match your clientele, right? Maybe it's scuba diving cold water because I want to take you to Monterey. I don't know if anybody would ever search that, but scuba diving cold water. Then our site would pop up, right? How do we do that? We do that by writing articles. We do that by focusing on your blog section. Content is king. Having that content on your site, super important, so that people can find you, right? And then it's our job to go in the back end and let Google and all the other search engines know that, hey, this is on their site, it's quality, people don't just bounce from this site, so it's legitimate, kick them up in the rankings. Oh, by the way, the site's also mobile optimized, kick them up in the rankings, right? All that kind of mixes together and matters for search engine optimization. Okay, so that's kind of our general service in terms of the web development and app development. We design it, we build it, and then we help you market it, right? From the start, our goal is always conversion in the end, right? How do we help you grow your business? Because we want you to continue hiring our team to support your team as you grow, right? Okay, moving on to cloud staffing. So this is something that we started early this year. Basically, it's a call center based in Cebu, right? Where we do incoming and outbound calls. So I'll give you an example. We have a client. It is a Singaporean company that does. We do customer support for them. The Bluetooth headsets they have, right? So they get the calls. So we'll say, hi, hello. How can we help you with your Bluetooth headset? Oh, you're having that problem? Well, let me help you through it, right? We do that for multiple clients now. So think of a call center, that's what that is. That's the incoming support. What we do a lot for small businesses for outbound is appointment setting and lead generation, right? So for example, I need to find more scuba students, so I'm going to call all the dive shops to offer my package. So what we do as part of our cloud staffing is we'll create a database, and we'll create a database of all the dive shops in California, and then we'll create a database of all the dive shops in Nevada. Then we'll create a database and create a list, and then we'll create a script for you that might work. And then we'll call every single person and say, hey, by the way, I work for JR and he has a special for scuba diving. Would you like to talk to him? Maybe. Okay, I'll set you up. Right? So it's literally telemarketing outbound calls. Out of 100 dials, we'll usually get maybe 7 people that don't hang up on us and 1 person that will actually want to talk to you. Right?
And that's a heck of a deal, because when I had to do that within like 25 an hour.
Yeah. Right? It's just call, right? And you don't want to do that. You want to have the appointments ready, right, for you. So again, this is something that it's a numbers game. So if you are starting a campaign where I want to do a scuba diving promotion for 3 months, let's do it, right? It's fairly low risk because of the costing that we have, and if it works, what we do is we keep the costing low, because if it works for you, then you continue to hire us. You just add hours, right? So if you hire us part-time and you get, 3 appointments this week, that totally pays for us easily. One closed project pays for us, right? So it's kind of the same thing with digital marketing. Our packages kind of range from, what do our packages range from? I think it's $450 a month or something for the basic package. I think cloud staffing is $650 a month for a part-time person. And usually we'll do the calls, and if you get results, then you usually hire us. You keep hiring us. So that's kind of how we built the business for cloud staff. So sales team, lead generation, cold calling, telemarketing, customer success, administration, and support. We do a lot of nonprofit work, so we call all the members, all the board members, ask them for donations. There are a lot of soft calls, we just have some friendly people make these calls, or if you have a lot of clients, we'll say, hey, how's it going? Are you happy with your accounts? Is there anything we need to do?
Turn it off.
Oh, I have to reset everything. Turn on. Duh.
Can't you
It went
just
to sleep.
unplug it and plug it back in?
Here? Let's try. There. Need to click it off. Yeah, plug it back in.
No.
I did it up at the HDMI thing.
Huh, maybe. You got it. Yeah, alright.
There's Judy.
Okay. Thanks, Judy. Okay, so that's our cloud staffing, services. I think I'm coming up on my 15 minutes.
It's 33 seconds.
Okay.
Wow, you're
Right
good.
here.
Our specials, we start off at $450 a month for marketing stuff, where we're $25 an hour basically, so you get 18 hours of work for us, right? So if you have a campaign coming up, if you have something going on, it's fairly low entry to get started with us. One thing I do want to mention, we're doing really good on this year, is iOS apps. It's our MVP, minimum viable product. I'm gonna go over 1 minute. Minimum viable product for iOS. Basically, if you have an iOS idea, you put it in a budget of $15K for your company, and we build something that it's not too big, it's not big at all, but it's not too small that you won't know whether it works or not. It's a good budget typically for small businesses to test out their app, and a good way for them to get started. And then if it works, then they hire us for more stuff. So it's our MVP. It's pretty much the minimum you would spend on an app to actually see if it works or not. And then there we go. Thank you.
5 minutes for questions.
Questions? All right.
What did you do before Panalo?
Let's see.
Scuba dive.
Yeah.
Scuba dive, yeah.
Yeah, actually. So I had a dive company, which I still do.
Yeah.
We take people from the U.S. going scuba diving in the Philippines.
Nice.
So that's one. So we
Where
still
in
have
the
that.
Philippines do you do?
Anora, Batangas, Puerto Galera,
Okay.
Tibetaharu. So we still do that. So every
You
time.
take- you take
I use-
trips, or it's just
Trips?
people that happen to be
Nope.
there?
That's why I'm so tight with the Department of Tourism, who does tourism stuff. Joined with
Judy.
Judy and, yeah, right, so, tourism stuff, so we did a lot of projects with the government. At the same time, I have a bus company in the Philippines,
Charter.
we have 10 charter buses.
Because you can't drive there. It's just impossible.
Oh, but it's like Google Bus before you had a Google Bus.
Oh.
Yeah, so that, and then before that, I was a banker for US Bank, back in 2005, 2006. Yeah, I managed the Market Street branch, the Montgomery Street branch, and the Castro branch. Those 3. Yeah, it really helped with managing teams
I
and
bet.
building teams and stuff.
So when you sit down with a company that's looking at building a website, and you talked about kind of the design, build, market, the conversation that you have with them is very much what you were going through with us as far as the important things, and really it's the sales pitch, I guess, is what I'm looking at.
It's exactly, so basically we just figure out what you need,
Okay.
right? And then what we do, so our pitch is pretty much, tell us what you need, and then we do a mock-up. So I forgot to tell you that. So we do a mock-up
Yeah,
at no
and
charge.
no other web designers do that, by the way. Like,
Yeah.
I've worked with a
You have to
couple-
hire them and then they build it, right?
Yeah. He'll give you a mock-up before you even hire them,
Yeah.
which most people don't do.
We do that for iOS and for websites or whatever, right? So we'll actually mock up the whole thing. Not the whole thing, sorry, the main landing page.
Right.
And our goal is to get maybe 50%, 60% of what you asked for. And then if you're a cool client, we'll do one revision so that we can show you that we understand, we can communicate so that we can figure out we're a good fit. Once the client sees that we're a good fit, then our rates are really, really competitive, and pretty much we close the deal from there. So the mock-up is huge for us.
Do you like do social media like management? Like
Yeah.
if people want to do like their Facebook or
Totally, that falls right under our
Instagram.
digital marketing.
Okay.
Social media account setup, administrative setup, custom cover, profile optimization. Facebook marketing, we do 2 campaigns, we report and track everything. If you have an event, we actually we do a campaign around the event, we do the graphics, the support, the flyers, report the trackings, and then your blog. We write the blog, we help with the newsletter, and then the database management support. So anybody that hits you, we put it onto your CRM.
Got it.
So everything that you would want to do yourself on the site, we'll do it for you because you're busy. So.
And
we
so
can do-
I see those are 500 a month. So each one of those categories is 500 a month.
Yeah, and it depends what you like to do, right?
Okay.
What you want to do. You can just it's a la carte. You don't
Got
have to
it.
hire us for the whole thing. Because
Okay.
some companies will say, all right, we're $2,500 a month, and this is what you get. We just broke it up into what you need. Right? So I think it's really helpful for small businesses. Medium-sized businesses will typically say, all right, I need these 3 because it's a necessary evil for our company, and we just need to do it. And our in-house person doesn't have time to do it.
Do you follow regulations and things for different types of companies? If you're doing digital marketing and things like that?
Yeah,
So
especially.
like say if a bank hired you, right?
So the only regulations we've had to worry about is like our medical clients and stuff, right? We haven't had a bank because it's so regulated.
That's what I was gonna ask
Yeah.
you about, so
Yeah.
financial.
You wouldn't want it.
advisors.
Well, we haven't
You
been
wouldn't
hired.
want it.
We haven't been hired, because I don't think so banks typically have their own.
Well, and that's it, so Thrivent has their own, and it's all very regulated. Our website now has to go under, even though it's our personal page, it's really underneath all of theirs. However, we're gonna be incorporated and we're not gonna be
Cool.
Thrivent.
Right, awesome.
So then I'm thinking they need to
It'd be
look
great to
at,
pitch. We'd love
Yeah.
to pitch to you guys. We'll have the mock-up ready.
yeah, it's, I'll let Daryl know.
We've had insurance companies, like Allstate and a couple other insurance companies where we have to send them everything first, and then when they approve it, and then we turn it on. But it just takes a couple extra steps.
That makes sense.
I'll just do another testimonial as a small, we're pretty small charity. We try to pretend like we're bigger, but we're still pretty small potatoes. And I'm telling you, for the last year and a half, people have been like, oh my God, I visited your website and I was blown away. And that never happened before we brought in Panalo. It really has helped us elevate our professionalism and just have a profound peace of mind. Like, just go visit our website because I know it's going to be a very interactive and engaging experience. And he's about to build us out. They're about ready to launch another one of all of our student artwork that's ever been produced. And I just cannot rave enough about Panalo.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
I think a big part of that is you have us on a monthly retainer. It's not a lot,
Nope.
right? But
Nope.
it's something continuous, which
Yep.
is what I tell people.
Yep.
You gotta have at least something
Yeah.
that's changing and updating and keeping
Yep.
it fresh and new
Not
ideas. You know, it
Yeah.
doesn't. If you have your internal team that can do that, yeah, do it.
But we don't.
Right. Yeah,
We
so-
seriously don't. Yeah.
That's right,
So
yeah.
it's a nice little. It really works. It's like an outside vendor.
There's always something new, right?
Yep.
And your users, and there's always something to send out. So that's super key for continue doing small things every month, making
Mhm.
changes.
How big is your team?
20.
20 people.
Yeah, and then we have 5 salespeople here. Yeah.
Alright.
And you just got your new office.
Oh yeah, so we have the San Francisco office, but we're hoping to close a lease on another office that Ryan's been helping us out with.
Where's
A
the,
lot.
where's the location?
San Francisco, by Union Square.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you're moving.
No,
Or
it's
two up.
the same building downstairs. Yeah, just a little bigger space.
Mm.